Imagine this, you never had to sleep again. No more late nights, no more grogginess in the morning, and best of all, no more alarm clocks. Sound too good to be true? Well, what if I told you it might actually be possible? Stick around, because we're diving into the world of no sleep, and let me warn you, things are about to get weird. So, here's the question, what if you never needed to sleep again? Like, for real. No naps, no sleep deprivation, no counting sheep, and no more of that 5 more minutes snooze button life. But, you still felt energized. You'd be awake 24/7, feeling like a superhuman. Sounds pretty sweet, right? But what would that really look like? What happens to your body, your brain, and even your social life when you say goodbye to sleep forever? Well, let's break it down, step by step. First things first, we're talking about a huge shift in biology. Right now, our bodies are designed to sleep. Sleep is like the ultimate reset button for our brains and bodies. When you sleep, your brain goes into repair mode. It clears out waste, strengthens memories, and processes all the stuff you've learned during the day. Meanwhile, your body gets to work repairing cells, building muscle, and boosting your immune system. But if you suddenly didn't need to sleep, your body would need to find another way to do all of this. You'd still need the benefits of sleep, just without the sleep. So, we'd need a biological hack. Maybe our brains could find a way to function without that nightly shutdown. Could we get our cells to repair themselves without hours of rest? It's possible, but we'd probably need some major genetic changes to make it happen. No problem, right? We've got science. Let's focus on the brain for a second, because it's the most obvious place this would change. If you never needed sleep, your brain would need a way to stay sharp. Right now, your brain gets pretty messed up without sleep, think memory loss, emotional instability, and a serious drop in cognitive function. Without sleep, the brain would have to constantly repair and clean up after itself, without that big overnight session. You'd still need that brain cleanse to clear out toxic proteins like amyloid beta, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease, so maybe your brain would figure out a more efficient way to do this. It might come up with a superpower-like version of sleeping while you're still awake. Like, imagine if your brain could clean itself while you're multitasking. Pretty cool, but maybe a little disturbing. We've all heard that sleep is crucial for longevity. So, what happens to our health if we never sleep again? Well, while sleep is important for immune function and cell repair, it's not the only thing keeping us alive. You'd still need food, hydration, and exercise. But, your body might not age quite the same way. In theory, if your body never needed to sleep, it could dedicate all its energy to keeping you in tip-top shape. No sleep means no aging-related cell degeneration. But there's a catch: without the natural downtime sleep provides, we might see other health issues, like overstimulation or the lack of necessary rest periods for different organ systems. It's like trying to run a marathon without ever taking a break. It might work for a while, but sooner or later, something's going to give. Now, let's talk about the human side of this. If you never had to sleep again, you'd have so much more time. Think of all the things you could get done. You could become an expert at a new skill, work on side projects, or binge-watch all your favorite shows, without the guilt of staying up too late. But then, here's the issue: your friends, family, and co-workers would still need sleep. This could lead to some pretty awkward situations. Imagine trying to hang out with your friends at 2 a.m. when they're all falling asleep mid-conversation. You'd have to either start creating your own night owl community or become a master at surviving on solo adventures. Your social life might not look the same anymore, and relationships could get a little complicated. Finally, let's think about the psychological toll. Would it be all good vibes to never sleep again? Well, it might actually get a little eerie. One of the main reasons we sleep is to mentally recharge. And without that, your brain might start getting a little too on all the time. Imagine constantly being aware, constantly thinking, constantly active, no escape, no blank space for your mind to wander. It could lead to burnout or even a sense of detachment from reality. Even though you'd have all this extra time, your mental health might start to feel a little fragile. Could it be possible that sleep is just as much about psychological rest as it is physical? If we get rid of sleep, we might find that a peaceful mind is something you just can't hack your way around. So, what's the big reveal here? The surprising twist is that, while the idea of never needing sleep again sounds like a dream come true, the reality might be a bit of a nightmare. You'd face some serious health and psychological challenges, not to mention the social complications. Even though you'd be awake and full of energy all the time, your body and mind would still need rest in different ways. It's like the old saying, everything in moderation, even if it's sleep. In the end, sleep isn't just a thing we do because we're lazy. It's a critical part of what keeps us ticking. But imagine the possibilities if we could optimize sleep, or even replace it entirely. Maybe one day, technology or genetic engineering will find a way to make it happen. Until then, it's probably best to enjoy those 8 hours of sleep. After all, who really wants to be awake forever? So, what do you think? Would you want to live in a world where sleep is optional? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into the science of never needing sleep, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Sleep tight, or don't, whatever works for you.